Okay, welcome back. All right, in this second installment, we're going to take a look at some data from NASDAQ, which is pretty much the New York Stock Exchange. So, most large American public companies have traded stocks on this, and we're going to use that to kind of analyze some economic indicators. All right, and so this is pretty useful for a couple of different things. So, let's say we were making a broad argument about technology, the technology sector. So to do that, we might want to look at some of the technology companies and their stock performance over a certain period of time. So what we'll do is we'll take Apple, Google, and Microsoft and look up their historical stock prices and use that to then visualize in Google Sheets. So to get started, the first thing I'd probably need to do is you're going to need to know their stock ticker symbol. So what we can do here is just Google, like if we wanted to find out Apple stock ticker, if we just Google that, Google should show us that right there. So we're there, just AAPL. We'll come over here and snag their stuff. Pop back over here to NASDAQ. Go ahead and search for that. And while that's loading, I'm going to come back over here into Google Sheets. And I'm going to just create a new Google Sheet for this project that I'll share with the class. And we'll come over here and we'll call this one, once this loads, call this one stock prices. Okay, so this should have loaded. And we can see we've got this right here. And we're gonna want some historical quote over here on the left. So this is by default going to give us 3 months, and that's all right for what we're trying to do. It might be helpful if you want. You can obviously go back longer. For most of these companies, you'll have 10 plus years of data available to use. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to, again, copy all this stuff. This one actually does download in a nice Excel format, so that's also an option if you would rather do that, and then just copy into Google Sheets, or if you're going to use Excel to do some of this analysis. It'll let you copy that into there, but it's kind of easier for me to just copy straight from the web into Google Sheets. And then again, I'm going to select that top left-hand row and paste all of that in. Okay, and so what we saw is that I lost my headers. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in another row. So insert one row above and just add in some headers. This is going to be the date. And let's hop back over here and see what we're looking at. So we've got a couple of different things. We've got open, high, low, close, and last, and then volume. So what this is when the stock market opens every day, this is what the stock opens at. This is its high of the day, low of the day, and what it closes at the end of the day. So for most things, I'm interested in the close, so that's what we'll kind of just pare down. And so what we'll do from here is we'll just select these 3 rows since we don't want them. And we'll just delete those columns, and then we're going to go ahead and delete this last column for volume here. And then what we'll do, since this is Apple, go ahead and just put their stock price there, since we're gonna be looking at a few others. Okay, so we're gonna compare Apple, Google. So we'll go get their stock ticker, which I think is just GOOG. Hop back over here. Their historical price, and then I think I'm going to see if I can just, it doesn't look like it's going to let me. I was hoping to just be able to snag, oh no, caught down a spam hole. So now I'm actually probably going to come down here and download this Excel file because I just want to get that close column from Google. I don't want to necessarily recreate anything else. So that's high, we want close. See, hop back into Google, paste that in there. We'll go ahead and label that. All right, and then one more. Come back in here. MSFT. Search for that in the NASDAQ. Again, I'm going to grab that Excel file. Close those out. Okay, very cool. All right, so now that we've got this stuff, I'm going to go ahead and insert a chart so we can start to visualize some of these stock prices. All right, and again, like I said in the previous video, Google Sheets is generally smart enough to just look at the data and try and make sense of it. So that's what it's kind of done here. And then it looks like we can just go ahead and add a series, tell it what data, and so we're looking at Microsoft. So we're going to want to have this whole rate selected. Oh, no. So we're going to have to click Shift. Yep, hold that down. Okay, cool. All right, and so that's in general a pretty boring data set and how we're looking at it because there's not a lot of fluctuation over necessarily 30 days. But if you were to look at this on a longer timeline, hopefully you'd start to see some patterns emerge. But either way, it seems like an interesting way to do that. And so we've got one odd thing. So let's hop back in here because we can see that this is labeled over here as the stock price. So we're going to want to fix that. Clicking edit, and I think we just want to make that whole data range, yep, so that it picks up that Microsoft thing. And so cool. So from here, you know, what it would be cool to do maybe is come in, change the colors for this. Obviously, we're going to want to add a title. So maybe this is tech stocks. We'll do historical prices, 30 days. And go ahead and label that. And so again, this is just a different type of data. So in the last couple of things we looked at was mainly categorical data, right? Where we had a bunch of different categories, things in different buckets that we wanted to measure against one another. We're here, you know, we've got a hard quantitative figure being the dollar amount. We've got a date series, so really looking at the change in stock price over time. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go out on the internet, find available data sets and bring it into Google Sheets and visualize it. And from here we could publish this sheet or download it some of the same ways that we looked at in the last one by either going to publish chart or saving as an image. So we have all of those options available to us. All right, have fun.